fascinating. She's enthusiastic when it comes to volunteering for events and has been a global ambassador for Women Tech Network and student volunteer at college for the annual alumni meet. She volunteered as student representative at the IEEE Global Student Congress. She was also seen as an ambassador for the IEEE CSIS 2020. So, without any further delays, let's hand over the session to our speaker, Likitha. All the best, Likitha.
Thank you, Syed and Sparsha, for the kind introduction. So, hey guys, I hope you're all doing well and you're safe at your places. So today I see a lot of participants here, and I got the news that few of you are from IEEE and few of you are not members of IEEE. So just to brief about what IEEE is and where this IEEE Computer Society stands, I would like to start off by saying that IEEE is the world's largest technical professional organization that is working for the advancing technology for the benefit of humanity. So we have under IEEE 39 domain-specific technical societies, and IEEE Computer Society is one such society. So these are the scholarships which I'll be talking about is offered by the Computer Society, which are under IEEE. So I'll be talking about these three prestigious scholarships, which are given to active student members who are good at academics, as well as they show volunteering skills and professional skills. So let me start with the Richard E. Merwin Scholarship. So this, just to get the background of what the scholarship is about, it is, presented in the honor of the past president of IEEE Computer Society, Richard E. Merwin, sir. So this reward, the scholarship recognizes, active volunteers, be it at the branch level or the chapter level or the section level. So what do I mean by the branch level? For those of you who are not into IEEE, is like every college, if whoever is interested can take up the initiative and start a student branch in their college, and whoever is volunteering, like the way I am volunteering for the Computer Society, you can be volunteering at your student branch level. So if you're volunteering with the student branch or with the Bangalore section, because we belong to the Bangalore section, or whichever region you belong to, you're showing some volunteering skills and you have a good academic record, so you can apply for the scholarship. The winners of the scholarship will be serving as a regional student ambassador. Now, what I mean by region is, IEEE is basically located in the New York and it's spread all over the world. So it's very difficult for a organization to handle things when handle events which are going all over the globe. So it's broadly classified into 10 regions. So we are Indian, so we belong to region 10, which is called as the Asia Pacific region. And suppose you win this scholarship, you will be serving as a liaison between the main IEEE Computer Society member Geographic Academics Board, that is the MGBA, and the student members who belong to region 10. So that's the that's the kind of recognition you will be getting if you are a recipient of this award. So there are over a dozen of scholarships. Like it's not fixed exactly the number of scholarships that they'll be giving. So it's around 12 scholarships per cycle, and it has two deadlines. One is on April 30th, and one is on September 30th of September. So this time, due to the pandemic, they extended the deadline till October 15th. So they do consider things like this. So you don't have to worry if you're not able to, get all the documents ready. So, you can request them, and, these things will be taken care of. So the scholarships, the recipients will receive $1,000, and it will be available for one academic year. So that's about the Richard E. Medwin scholarship. So let me get, now the question arises, like, who is eligible? So students who are in their final 2 years of the UG program can apply for the scholarship. So, and one more criteria is you should have at least 1 year or 2 terms to complete your graduation. So I can apply for the scholarship in third year, and by default I am having 1 year for completion. And suppose you're in your fourth year and you're planning to apply for Richard E. Merwin scholarship, you will have to show evidence that you are enrolled in a post graduation program, or you're doing your masters and things like that. You should show proof that you're studying, because these scholarships are for students, so they need evidence that you're continuing study, and this is an important criteria. Only then you're eligible, and you need to have the society membership at least 3 years prior. So coming to membership, so it's basically for the IEEE members can apply for these awards. And not only, like, if you're an IEEE member, you are not eligible to apply. You have got to be a member of the Computer Society, only then you can apply for this award. So suppose you're planning to apply for this award in April, you got to be member from January. So you need to have at least 3 months of membership. They're gonna check that before awarding the participants. So yeah, aggregate, you also need to have an aggregate of 2.5, since we have grades on 10 point, so it's roughly like about 6.25 something. So you need to have that much aggregate by when you're applying for the scholarship. And you need to be a full-time student at your institute. And this is also an important criteria, like you can apply for Richard E. Merwin scholarship any number of times, as long as you're a student and you're studying in an institution. But the only thing is, you should not be a recipient of Richard E. Merwin scholarship or the Epsilon scholarship, which I'll be talking about later, in the past 13 years, so 13 months, sorry. So what I mean by that is, suppose you win the you apply in the April cycle and you win the scholarship, you can apply, suppose, say I applied in April 2020, so next I will be able to apply in September 2020. So there should be a gap of 13 months, and in this 13 months of gap, you should not have one Richard E. Merwin or UPE. So these are the eligibility criteria which you have to satisfy to apply for the Richard E. Merwin scholarship. So now coming to the evaluation criteria, you gotta mention, what are your what are the things which you have taken part in the student chapter, or with the branch, or with the region. You're volunteering as an ambassador, or you're volunteering as a executive committee member, or you're volunteering as a design design team member. Anything, be it anything, whatever achievements you have done till now as a part of IEEE. So you have to mention all of them under this criteria, and you will be asked to write all those in about 1,000 words. So that's the first question which you have to submit. The second question is the academic achievement. So here you can mention about all the scholarships which you have received, or if you're standing consistently in the first position in your class, or you've gotten any rank, or you've competed in any Olympiads. So all that things should be mentioned in this section. But make sure that you don't mention anything which you did it back in school, because they will not consider that. So it has to be from the first year till the third year, whatever you've done, any achievements you've gotten. So that is what you have to mention. So you can see the percentage that holds for each of the sections. And then you have extracurricular activities or non-IEEE activities. So here you can mention anything. What you do apart from being an IEEE member. So suppose you're a member of any other club apart from IEEE, be it NSS or Rotaract or anything like that, and you're doing any community service or something like that. So you have to mention, because they're going to consider that, and it has 10% weightage. And coming to letter of recommendations, I'll be talking in brief about the letter of recommendation. So as of now, they have 20% of weightage for the evaluation criteria. And quality of the student ambassador vision statement includes, you have to write what you will be doing once you're selected as the regional ambassador. So what do you want to do for the community? What will you do to help the students in your region become leaders, or how will you bring in more computer society chapters? How will you motivate students to take up computer society volunteering roles? And any conferences you want to organize, or any congresses you want to organize, how will you help the weak sector of the society? How will you how what are the measures you will be taking for the young professionals who just graduated? What plans you have for them? So you can think about how you want to bring the change to the society, being a part of IEEE. So that's what you will be mentioning, and this is like the most important criteria. Though it has 10% weightage, this is going to be super unique for every student. So make sure you have a solid student ambassador vision statement, so that they have no choice apart from selecting you as the winner. And transcripts. So as I mentioned, you need 2.5 GPA. And if your GPA is not in terms, like, because we don't have in terms of 4 point, so what you have to do is you have to create an Excel sheet, and you have to write all the courses, and you have to write all the credits for each course, and what is the GPA you get in that subject, and you should show them how your GPA is calculated in your institution, so that they will come to know, okay, whether you're satisfying the criteria or not. So yeah, it should be above 6.25, something like that. So you can apply for the scholarship. So yeah, this is after after you get to know that you're a recipient of Richard E. Merwin scholarship. You have to provide a letter saying that, yeah, I am enrolled in the school. I mean, you're enrolled in the college, and you have to submit proof that, yeah, you're still studying. So this is like post receiving the scholarship. So yeah, as I told about the letter of recommendation, you will have to get two letter of recommendations, though only one letter of recommendation is mandatory. So the first letter of recommendation is compulsory, and it has to be by the student branch counselor or the chapter advisor of the computer society. Now, what I mean by the branch counselor is he's a faculty member at your institute who is looking over the things that is happening in your student branch. So you can either get a letter from him, or you can get a letter from the chapter advisor. So as we have societies in the under IEEE, like the computer societies, such similarly we also have IEEE Computer Society student chapter at the college level. So there will be a faculty member who will be taking care of this chapter as well. So you will have to approach him or her for the letter of recommendations, either of the two. And suppose you are not, suppose your college does not have a IEEE student branch, then what you have to do is you have to contact the Bangalore section chair and request him for a letter of recommendation. And suppose I mean, for the first thing, the criteria is like you need to show some volunteering skills, that you're interested and you need to work with them. Only then they'll be able to provide you with a letter of recommendation. So once you have a good connection and a network with the Bangalore section, so you can request a letter from the Bangalore section chapter chair as well. So this is a mandatory letter of recommendation. The second letter of recommendation can be anyone. It can be even your teacher who is not a member of IEEE, but I recommend you get a letter of recommendation from someone who is into IEEE, or any other faculty member who is a IEEE member. So though it is not mandatory, but I suggest that you submit both the letter of recommendations and you request them, and they'll give you. It's not that big of a deal. So things not to include is flyers, posters, and of the chapter activities. Do not include all of that, and don't include any high school transcripts, and don't include your CV, and just include whatever is asked in the application, and do not include anything which is not asked. So yeah, that's all about Richard E. Merwin scholarship. And then you can, if you have any queries, you can just submit at chapters at computer.org, and they will take up your queries and they will clarify them. So that was about Richard E. Merwin. And then coming to the next prestigious award, it's Lance Stafford Larson Student Best Paper Award. So it was basically by the Larson family in memorial of their son. Basically, he there was an accident because of which he passed away in a laboratory or something. So it's in his memory that this award is presented. So it's basically for students to develop excellence in their communication skills and recognize their achievement in the field of computer science. So this has only two awards, and one is for the undergrad category, and second is for the graduate category. So each of them will be receiving a $500 stipend. So the secret is many of them do not apply for undergraduate um, you know the paper award because they are not aware, and it's very rare we see UG students writing a paper. So it's usually there's a lot of competition for the graduate category, but UG category there's very less competition. And suppose you are someone who has written a paper being an undergraduate student, then you definitely have to give it a try. So you can apply for this award, and you will be getting a $500 stipend if you win it. So yeah, it can sponsor your project as well. So yeah, even the first, second, and third place winners under each category will receive a certificate of commendation. And yeah, again, the deadline for this is October 13th of each year. So what if you're planning to apply for any of these awards, since the deadline is usually in April or in October? So what you have to keep doing is you can start writing your application, and make it in a document form and keep adding the points. And once the deadline is near, you have to fill it up there and submit it. So if you're planning to apply, start working on it right now, because every day you read the application, you get new ideas, so you can put them and make your application an award winning one. So yeah, who's eligible for the Larson Paper Award? So all the IEEE student members are eligible. There will be one award in the undergraduate section and the second one for the graduate section. So what is the criteria? Again, this award is presented for the best student paper, and the page number of pages should not be more than 20, and it should be related to computer subject, and it should be presented in a conference or a publication. Okay, so what I mean by that is, suppose you have written a paper and you have not presented it, you cannot apply for the award. It is mandatory that you have presented this paper, only then you will be able to apply for the award. And these are the skills which you will be judged on, which will be the technical content of what is there in your paper, your writing skill, and your overall presentation. So all these really matter, and they play an important role in the criteria evaluation criteria. And the project should yeah, so it also happens that you might get in touch with your professors, and if they're doing some project, you might contribute, and then you become co-authors and things like that. But for this award, basically the major work should be done by the students and not by the professors. So only then you can apply, because it's a student award. So yeah, that's the criteria. And then we have the Epsilon Pi Epsilon Student Award. So it's basically for students who are very good at academics, and they're good at computing as well. So this award is for those students. And you have, like, unlike Richard E. Merwin, this has only four awards, which is given annually. But Richard E. Merwin has more than 12 awards in one cycle. So yeah, you have to, like, make a choice on which one you're gonna bet and which one you're gonna apply. Because if you apply for Epsilon Pi Epsilon, you cannot apply for Richard E. Merwin. You cannot apply for two scholarships at the same time. So you have to make a wise choice on which you're gonna apply for. So this will have only four awards, and this will have, you will be winning $1,000 if you win it. I mean, if you're eligible, and they recognize you as a winner. And winners will again be given certificate of commendation, and you will have 1 year subscription to the Computer Society periodical, I mean the magazines and stuff. So the deadline for this is October 31st. and who's eligible, all undergraduate and graduate students who are computer society members and full-time students at academic institution are eligible for this award. And yeah, so there is a doubt of whether third year students can apply for this award, because the site demands three transcripts. So this is not very sure, but when we had a meeting, they mentioned that you can submit whatever you have. Even if you're in a third year, I suggest you apply and mention that you're in your third year and you don't have your fourth year academic transcript. But if you're in fourth year, you have to submit all the 3 years of academic transcript. And again, students who are recipients of Richard E. Merwin or UPE in the past 13 months are not eligible to apply for this. And here the criteria of your GPA increases. It has to be like 3 point out of 4. So you can do the math. It should be like around, it should be greater than 7.5 if I'm not wrong. Something like that. And yeah, judging will be based on your academic achievement, extracurricular activities related to computing discipline. And here you will have to produce 3 letter of recommendations. I think it can be from anyone. This requires 3 letter of recommendations, but they will basically judge you on the computing discipline. And here you will have to answer only one question. And even in the Larson Paper Award, you will have to answer only one question about why do you think your paper should be given the award. And I know that's the toughest question. It's very difficult to answer that question, but yeah, you have to think, and you have to convince them. You have to write your answers in such a way that they're convinced to give you the award without any second thoughts. So that's how good your answer should be. And yeah, if you're applying for the Richard E. Merwin Scholarship, you have to write 5 answers, which I mentioned about the extracurricular activities and non-extracurricular activities, academic achievement, and letter of recommendation. Yeah, and then the quality of the ambassador statement. So these are the things which are necessary. So you can, for more information, you can visit the IEEE.org. And for knowing more about the IEEE Computer Society, particularly, you can visit computer.org. And for knowing more about the scholarships, you can visit computer.org/scholarships. And there you also have a list of all the previous recipients of the various awards. So you can get in touch with them on LinkedIn. And you can, we also have REM help desk and UP help desk just before, like 2-3 months before the deadline. So you can register for that, where we will be giving webinars like this. And they will help you draft they will give you inputs on how to draft an award winning applications. So it will basically comprise of all the previous years REM winners and UP winners and Larson Paper Award winners. So that's it from my side. If you guys have any queries, feel free to ask.
Guys, let's begin with our question and answer session. For now, we have only one question, that is, how do you apply for the Computer Society membership? And is the IEEE membership paid or free?
Okay, so coming to the IEEE membership, IEEE is a paid membership, and it has 2 membership drives or the cycles. So one happens in the month of March and the other happens in the month of September, October, sometime there. So in March, the membership fee is half, and it's gonna be like 970. It's $27 divided by 2, and in September it's gonna be $27. So what's the difference is, suppose you're taking the membership in March 2021, you will have the membership from March to December 2021. But if you're taking the membership in September 2021, you will have the membership till December 2022. So that's the difference. And yeah, it's a paid membership. And since and it's really worth it if you are passionate about learning, and if you're passionate about being professional, and you can make the best use of it if you're active in IEEE. And the Computer Society membership is also paid membership, and you're gonna pay $4 for it in the month of April. And suppose you're taking it in the month of September, you're gonna pay $8. But this is whatever you're paying is nothing in comparison with the benefits what you will be getting. So if you're planning to take up membership, I highly recommend you take it up. Suppose you're very serious about taking up a professional career. For every undergrad student, it is really necessary for them to have a professional membership, and it builds you really well, and it shapes your career. So I have learned a lot. That's my personal experience. So if you're planning to take it up, I recommend you go for it. Yeah, we'll be sharing the presentation. And
Yeah,
oh,
there's one more question, that is why are we learning about this after the deadline?
well, we are learning about this after the deadline because we are preparing for the April cycle. So there was scholarship ambassador program, webinars that were going on before the deadline. So this is for helping you prepare for the April and the next year cycle. So that's why we are learning about it. And you have a lot of time to write your applications, so that you get a lot of time to write your applications and things like that.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll be sharing the recorded video as well. Yeah, I hope you had a great time. And suppose you have any queries, you can drop a mail to me. So thank you guys. I hope it was productive and you learned something. Thank you.
Okay, so it takes immense pleasure to thank the speaker of today's session who gave us a wonderful session and brief insights. Thank you, Likitha, for tuning in. And I also thank all the participants who joined for today's session amidst their busy schedules. So thank you all. Have a great evening.
Yeah, good evening, guys, and take care and stay safe. Bye.